What's going on, everyone? I'm Josh, your Game on Toronto host on the Game Over Network. We've got a lot to talk about. Last night's 5-2 victory over the Tampa Bay Lightning, the events that transpired because of it. Also, is Wall going to play tonight? We've got some sound bites that we've heard from Craig Berube, and we'll talk all about it. But let's talk about this first. You can level up your wardrobe if you go to www.thegameovernetwork.com and shop in our merch store. You can get all of your Game Over Network merch right there. You just hit shop, hit buy it now. It's sent right to your door, and you can look good wearing Game Over merch. If you get some merch and you want to take a photo, post it on social media, tag us. We love to see it. We want to see you wearing our merch, and we'll share it as well. So go to www.thegameovernetwork.com and shop in our merch store. Last night, the Toronto Maple Leafs beat the Tampa Bay Lightning by a score of 5-2 in what I'm going to say was their first. It wasn't a complete game effort. There was about a 5-minute lapse where they just had Stolar stand on his head and stole the game from him. But for like a complete 60 minutes, that might be their best work of the season so far. Anthony Stolarz was fantastic. He stopped all the stops that he had to, all the big saves. Obviously, there's the one that Kucherov set up to make it the 5-2 goal, where, I mean, it's Kucherov being an elite player and setting up elite plays, and there's nothing Stolarz could have done on that one, and I'm okay with it. And then the other one was Simone Benoit crashing to protect his net and putting it in his own net. You can't really fault Stolarz. There was none there that you were like, I wish could have had a save there. And then the one he swept off the goal line, which was unreal. It was save of the year candidate. We're 6 games into the season, and he's already making those big saves and solidifying that if you think Wall is coming back and is going to just take this number one job from you, you're mistaken. It's going to be a fight. And I think he's proven that he deserves to have the net for the time being until he's had a game where you're like, okay, let's give Waller a run here. Last night was it was a full Berube effort, where they were in on the forecheck and they hunted the puck like dogs. They hit, they laid the body. They weren't afraid to get into the hard areas of the ice to win the battles. OEL is quietly putting up a great season. And we're 6 games in, and I know I'm saying he put up a great season. OEL is showing he is worth every dollar of that contract he signed. And I know a lot of Leaf fans like, oh my God, we got OEL. Another reclamation project. He just won a Stanley Cup. He just did the thing that the Leafs want to do so bad. And that hit he gave on Jake Guentzel, yes. He got fined for it, $5,000, the maximum allowable under the CBA. But that hit is something that the Leafs never did before. Something that the Leafs would never have done and didn't stand up for themselves and would get walked and run all over. You think Tampa's now going to think twice when they think they can just skate through the neutral zone with their head down? No. And knowing that a defenseman's going to step up on you, they're not going to skate through the neutral zone with their head down. And that's what Berube wants. He wants a team that is going to be known to be tough, hard to play against, physical. And I love to see it. I'm here for it. I think for me, it wasn't the turning point because it was already 4-1 at this point. But the nail in the coffin for me was that 5-on-3 penalty kill, where the Leafs just they allowed 5 shots in the 5-on-3. It was a full 5-on-3. But they played tough defense. They didn't give them any easy avenues to the net. All the shots came from the perimeter. There felt like there was no real dangerous chances. And that's what you want. As Leaf fans, I mean, our penalty kills at 85% through 6 games, which is great. We're 11th in the league, but some of these teams haven't had, the Leafs have given up so many penalties comparatively to the other teams that are ahead of them. The Leafs have given up about 4 to 6 per game. And that's not a stat that you want to see continue, but when the penalty kill is 85% on those 6 per game, There's a lot of good foundation there to be built upon. Today it was announced that Lululemon and the NHL have partnered up to make a clothing line, and I gotta say, I really like it. It looks really clean, it looks neat, and most importantly for me, I'm a bigger guy, it looks comfy. It doesn't look like that tight, that athletic-y, like tight, we want to be form-fitting type of Lululemon clothing we're used to seeing. It looks nice and comfy and loose, and it looks clean, and it doesn't scream, hey, look at me, I'm a hockey fan. I mean, as I wear something that screams that. But it's subtle, it's nice, it's neat, and it looks comfy, which is the big things as I get older that I look for in my clothing. And their advertising, they're appealing to not only the male demographic, the hockey fans, they're including the wives of the players from the markets of teams that have been chosen to be in the collaboration. So like Toronto has John Tavares and his wife. Vegas has Mark Stone and his wife. Detroit, Dylan Larkin and his wife. And then the other one I saw was Chicago was Seth Jones and his wife. So they're not just saying, oh, we want John Tavares. No, bring your spouse with you. Let's have show the women's apparel line and the men's apparel line, and I like it. I like it's including the other side of these. They're not just hockey players. They have families, and I like that they're including them in this collaborative effort in the marketing. I like it. Really nice touch. Well done, Lululemon. It's a back-to-back, and tonight the Toronto Maple Leafs are headed off to Columbus, where a 7 p.m. puck drop. Who's going to be in net? That's the big question. We don't know yet. I'm going to say it's going to be Hildeby. I think if Wall was ready, they would have had him back up last night. But I could be wrong. They could be like, nope, Wall's already in Columbus. We sent him there yesterday. He's ready to go. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be Hildeby. I don't think they're really, really willing to rush Wall back. I think they want to give him the time and make sure that he is 1,000% good before they put him into a game, because we don't want to rush him back or have him come back where he goes, yeah, I think I'm at like 80%, and then he gets, boom, right back to the IR. Let him take his time. There's no dire need. Hildeby's been great in the game that he played. Let Wall take his time. But I think we could see either or. I don't foresee any other lineup changes, as like last night, the team was clicking. The team looked good. And they're against one of the teams that's supposed to be a top team in the Atlantic Division. So I don't see any lineup changes. I think Ryan Reeves will still stay out. And then we'll see that fourth line of Pontus Holmberg, Steven Lorentz, David Kampf. I think the Leafs have an opportunity to show that we're not going to do the Leafy thing in a back-to-back that we've done in years past, where we beat the strong team that we play in the first night, and then the weaker, the bottom team in the league that we play the second night will get drummed by. I think the Leafs have something to show here tonight, and under Berube, I feel that there's that accountability that they have to play that way. He's not going to allow them to just coast through a game. That is it for today. Thank you so much. If you like the content, like, hit subscribe, tell a friend. Be good to one another, everybody.